Refined taste. Arya grabs the fork as the steam carries the aroma to her face, carrying the sweet and sour scent of the marinara sauce accompanied by the spicy flavor of the garlic. She places the silky smooth pasta on her tongue, tasting every single intricate detail of the dish. It's alright, a bit too basic, but definitely a restaurant-worthy dish, Arya says as she wipes her mouth with her handkerchief. The world-renowned chefs around her start celebrating. Arya's opinions are highly admired among all levels of culinary arts. She possesses what is called a refined taste, a rare ability to taste all ingredients down to the deepest levels. The first time Arya was remarked as possessing this ability was when she named all ingredients in a stew that held 30 pieces of components after tasting a tiny spoonful of it. She was only 5. Since then, Arya has tasted all wonders of the world, from the fanciest European dishes to a simple sunny-side-up egg. Arya has tasted it all. Now, at only 22, she is simply unimpressed with anything the chefs are coming up with. She scratches the back of her head as she looks for travel options. All Arya wants in the world is to taste something that would truly excite her, something that she has never tasted before. She tries to search for places that very few people have ever been to so that she can taste unpopular cuisines. But for a person who has traveled far and wide to taste different cuisines, she hardly found any places. After a restless night searching for a different cuisine, Arya could not find anything. Frustrated, she stood up from her desk and decided to go out and eat. It's the same boring food that she has tasted 1,000 times before, but at least she can take her eyes off of her laptop for an hour or two. Arya stops by a shop she frequently goes to for her meal. The cooks from the open kitchen recognize their frequent business and greet Arya joyfully. Putting pride in her friendliness, Arya kindly greets back. "Well, I would love your signature dish, David." She always chooses this option, knowing that it would be flattering to the chef. The chef smiles, slightly blushing. After almost falling asleep in the open kitchen, the dish finally comes out. The smell of eggs and pork spread throughout the room, giving Arya a little boost in her mood. She digs into the perfect steaming hot white rice. Making sure there's every component of the dish on the spoon, she brings it up to her mouth. As she expects, the dish is the same as every other day. The boredom is killing her. There's nothing special about it. She has tasted these combinations of ingredients and flavors a million times and she is tired of it. She clenches the spoon in her hand at the frustration of her passion not being realized. "Arya, are you okay?" The chef notices her frustration. After a moment of dead silence, Arya speaks up. "Sorry to bother you, David. Do you know anybody that knows a different cooking style?" David squints his eyes weirdly at her. "Did you not like the dish? Could I make you something else?" "The dish is splendid. Thank you. I'm just looking for something more exotic." "Well, Arya, that's really hard to accomplish. You have traveled all around the world. It's hard to imagine a thing that you haven't eaten," David says. Arya shows a frown on her face. David lets out a big sigh. "Well, actually, I do have a friend that is opening a restaurant featuring unusual dishes. Maybe you could help out with tasting them. You do have a refined taste after all. And maybe he can make up some flavors that could interest you." Arya's face brightens up. She becomes conscious of herself as to not bloom a big smile on her face. "Where do they live?" she asks. "About 20 minutes from here by car. I could give you the address if you would like." She asks for the address immediately. Arya has high hopes for this person. Struggling to contain her excitement for new dishes, she decides to immediately go there this evening as it is only 20 minutes away. The man's restaurant is a run-down building. Arya wonders if she got to the right place. She double-checks the address she was given to the building that's right in front of her. It's the correct address. Resolving and reminding herself that she could be tasting something she has never tasted before, she continues on. The place is dirty enough to the point where she starts becoming concerned about whether the hygiene of this place is safe to make food in. The door slightly creaks open. ringing the bell on top. A man in a very fine suit that contradicts his environment walks out the door. "Can I help you?" he says in a deep tone. Arya quickly puts on a smile. "Hi, my name is Arya. David told me you could use some help." "David? Oh, that guy at the restaurant." He clasped his hands together. "Sorry, Arya. I don't particularly need any help right now. You can come back when we have the restaurant open, though." "I have a refined taste. Please let me taste your dishes. The more unusual, the better," Arya says before the man turns his back. After that, the man's facial expression looks much different than before. He lights up. "Someone that would like to taste my dishes. Well, how could I refuse?" He suddenly runs back into the kitchen. Arya takes that as a cue to sit down at one of the tables. After a few minutes, she can hear the clanking noises of the pots and pans from the kitchen. Following that is a scent of food that she has never smelled before. That immediately perks her up. Arya can't stop fidgeting around, fighting the urge to take a peek in that kitchen. A little while later, the chef comes out with a beautiful dish in his hands. "Sorry for the wait. The food is ready. Please enjoy." He puts it down elegantly. The presentation looks great. The protein and the vegetables vibrate together through their lively colors. The meat melts like butter to her spoon, its aroma spread throughout her mouth. "I have never tasted something like this before. This is beautiful. What is this meat?" Arya asks. "Well, it's hard to tell you. It's like my secret recipe, you know," the man says. "Oh, please. There's little in this world that I do not know about culinary. I will not tell anybody." Arya brings out her puppy eyes. "Well, it looks like I'm going to have to cook you next then."